Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. And today we're gonna look at new makeup releases. There's quite a lot of releases in front of me, so I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. But I think it's gonna be a longer video today. Also, really sorry for not uploading yesterday. I was kind of not really feeling like, filming anything. But today we're gonna go straight to it. I only have things from the last week, so I don't have anything from today or yesterday's night, because I just kind of prepared the video yesterday and then just didn't have time to or energy to film it. So everything that was released or sneak peek afterwards, and that isn't in this video, will be in the next week's video, which will be on Sunday as usually scheduled. So I think that's enough for the intro. Also, if you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows especially. And today we're gonna look at all the releases and all the news from Makeup on Your Radar. That's my main source of like makeup news, because I don't know, they just update everything the quickest and they have the most information. But if there's something that I've skipped over, didn't notice, let me know. I obviously can't remember everything and I can't know everything, so that's for that. Also, I'm kind of having like well, not completely different hair because it didn't completely work, but I've tried to use these blue drops from Schwarzkopf to make my hair blue. They're more like turquoisey, but I probably did that wrong. I have to like revisit the footage and figure out what happened, and I'm gonna be coloring them again on Wednesday. But I wanted to do a blue look, so I'm using the Cosmic Brushes Delicious Delights on my eyes. I have kind of like the whole last row, so I have this as a liner, this to kind of like soften it, and then this shade in the beginning of the eye, and then I have Sugar Plum here, and Delicious and at the beginning of my eye, or like in the inner corner. And I'm also using the Glam Shop Sorbetty palette, and I'm using the shade Tutti Frutti on the most of my lid, and then Mietus at the beginning of the lid. So that's kind of what I have on. As I said yesterday, I just really wasn't feeling like filming. I was on vacation. We arrived really late on Saturday, like a couple minutes before midnight, but I didn't go to sleep up until like almost 1 in the morning on Sunday, and I had to get up on at 7 in the morning to go to work because I was kind of filling in for one of my friends. So it's been a really long day. My throat isn't the best. I think I kind of we've been sitting in a bus for like 14 hours because it's kind of longer drive, and the air conditioning was so cold. Like, I don't know what the driver was thinking, but it was like 35 degrees Celsius outside of the bus and like 23 at max inside the bus. So it was crazy. I couldn't speak yesterday. It was like really hard for me to speak. So yeah, I wasn't fit enough to film that video, but yeah, here we are today. Hopefully you're okay with that. And with that being said, I'm just gonna move to the side, which I didn't really do last time properly, so yeah. I still have to get used to this thing. But we have our ginger tea, and let's get into it. There's so many releases and so many things. One sneak peek that I was very excited about is the collaboration with Makeup on Your Radar. They are gonna be having a some kind of release. We don't know with who they're collabing with or what the product itself is gonna be, but they posted a picture on Instagram and it has 2 peacocks in it, so I hope it's gonna be something very colorful and something like blue, green, yellow-ish, because that's kind of the whole color story of that post, and I really, really, really want something like that. Yeah, I'm super excited. We don't know anything more about that, but hopefully we're gonna know soon. Then what else do we have? Artitude Cosmetics is releasing a Metamorph eyeshadow palette, and I don't know if they already revealed the inside of the palette. The outside looks wonderful, like genuinely gorgeous. It has like all these different butterflies on it. So yeah, I really hope it's gonna be something fun. As I'm filming this, they haven't released the inside of it yet, but I think they're supposed to release it in like an hour. So by the time this video goes up, it should already be released. But yeah, the color story looks really pretty, like from what I've seen in the packaging and also on the models. I've seen some pinks, some blues, some purples, which is very on theme with the packaging. It looks really cool. I haven't tried anything from Artitude yet, but I know that they've released, that they've showed some swatches of the shimmer shades, and there's been like some goldy pinks and some greens and blues and purples. So yeah, I am interested, and I know that Artitude is sold on Monolith, which that already gives me enough of reason, and I do know that they're not too expensive. So yeah, I can't wait for this one. I don't know when it is being released, but yeah, I think they're gonna reveal that today with the inside of the palette, so we'll see, and I guess we're gonna talk about it next week as well. Nude Sticks is releasing Stacks All Over Color Blush Balm. It's a magnetic blush compact that you can like build on top of each other. There are a couple of really cute shades, like there's this like brownie orange and then kind of this like really fun pinky corally one that I'm kind of looking at, and you know, they look nice. It has some really cool ingredients for like barrier protection, and it has green tea in it and rosehip oil, which I don't know, like I wear makeup on top of sunscreen so I don't think it penetrates, but some of these shades look cool. I've never tried anything from Nude Sticks. They are really hard to get by here where I live, and the shipping is super expensive, and they are really expensive to get here, so for me they're not interesting enough to spend so much money on them. But I know a lot of people like them, and I think they're also on Sephora, at Sephora. I haven't seen them in Czech Republic, but you know, Sephora here doesn't have a lot of brands, or it doesn't have that many brands compared to like when I see French Sephora or in the US. But these are supposed to be $24, and yeah, if you have them in your Sephora and you like these shades, I think they look really nice. Like they look pretty cute, and I like that you can stack them on top of each other. I think that's a great idea. I love products like that. I don't have any products like that yet, but I like the idea and I would really want something like that. Then Beauty Moon Cosmetics is releasing 6 new holochrome single eyeshadows. They're in a 23mm square pans, so that's something to like keep in mind. I think a lot of brands have the round pans, so make sure that you have something to put them in. But I think it should fit the little cosmetics palettes if you have those. Or I think Unearthly also has this size. And these shades drop at 12th of August, and they're gonna be £9 or 11 US dollars, and they look really beautiful, especially like Emerald City is beautiful. Aurora. This is a word that I've heard so many times, and I genuinely don't know if my mouth knows how to say that. Because in Czech it's Aurora. So, Aurora? I think that's how it's supposed to be said, but I don't know. Also, Tangled Love looks beautiful. They're all very like fairy, magical themed. I've never tried Beauty Moon's cosmetics, but I do want to at some point, and I know that I had one of their palettes in my wish list, and I think a couple of their singles, if I'm not mistaking it with another brand. So I'm looking out for this. I'm not gonna buy it now because there are a lot of releases and there's a Monolith launch coming and I need to get my paycheck before that. But it is on my wish list for sure. Then we have Teron Cosmetics, and they're releasing a new collection which is called Celestial Dusk Collection. It's gonna release on August 2nd, and it looks quite sparkly and pretty and like very iridescent. But also a lot of these shades, well, they are so iridescent that it's hard to see what they look like. And I would kind of need someone who has the whole Teron Cosmetics collection to swatch them next to their previous collections, because so many of these shades kind of look like shades I've already seen from Teron. I don't have many shades from them, but I feel like I've seen all of these shades. So I don't know, maybe it's just like a new formula that wasn't used before, because these look super wet and super sparkly. But yeah, I would need someone to swatch these next to their previous collections, because I feel like I've already seen this from Teron. But yeah, August 2nd, stay tuned for that. I don't know how much they're gonna be. But yeah, that's all I know. Then Sinful Echoes is releasing some single shades. So I know I've seen the shade Retrograde, which looks beautiful, and I want to get that. I really want to buy something from Sinful Echoes. I know that they're supposed to release a new palette, or did they already release that? I'm not completely sure, but I think they are supposed to release something soon. Yeah, the Cloud Chasers collection. And I don't know if these singles are part of the Cloud Chasers collection or not, but I would really want that. And if they will bring back the first palette that they've had with the snake, I will buy that one as well, because I do really want the snake one. But the Cloud Chasers also look cute. It kind of reminds me the Peaches and Dreams artwork from Shroud Cosmetics, at least from like the picture that they have on their website. I don't know when the singles collection is being released. Oh yeah, Friday, August 2nd. I'm sorry, I just looked at the wrong picture, but they have Orb, Abyss, which looks like really metallic, silvery, deep shade. Then Star Sign, which also it's kind of like a holochrome, and it has like blue, purple, green. That one is genuinely wonderful. When I saw the swatches, I was just like, wow. Then the shade Galactic, which is kind of like blue, teal, green, pink, purple. This one is definitely like very fairy fantasy, just gorgeous. And then the Retrograde is like very warm red, orangey, yellowy shade. And then I think they had like green one. Yes, Illusion is a green hollow with subtle shifts of pink and blue. Also very pretty. And they also showed some UV reactive pigments that are gonna also release on this August 2nd, and they are gonna be $6 each. I've never tried neon pigments on their own. I don't know, like I've only had like some neon shades in palettes. I don't know how these are gonna be sold and stored, but they look really cool and I do love neon shades. So yeah, there's a lot of things coming out from Sinful Echoes, and I just really want to try them at some point. And I really hope that I'm gonna be able to get the original Sinful Echoes palette. You know, I think it was called Echoes in the Darkness or something like that. It was a very cool color story, very beautiful for autumn. Then what else do we have? Yeah, Glaminatrix is releasing a eyeshadow palette called Barely Basic. Never tried Glaminatrix. I'm not super interested in them. I know that I wanted some of I know that I wanted in the last video, or was it the previous? Or was it the one before? That they're releasing kind of like a grungy color story. I don't remember what the palette was called, but it was kind of like a longer, smaller palette with a lot of grungy autumny colors. I really want that one. This Barely Basic, it is like a kind of autumny neutrals. Like it definitely has like a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red, but it's neutral. I don't want neutrals. I definitely think that for warmer neutrals, I would just go with the warm palette from Cosmic Brushes. That one is definitely, that one looks better to me and is less expensive. This one from Glaminatrix is $64 and it's already available for pre-order. I wish it had more interesting shimmers. I guess for the matte shades, I would be able to work with those. They are kind of similar to the matte shades from the Fall Magic palette from Unearthly, with just like, you know, just a little bit toned down, I guess, at least from the pictures, but I would wish the shimmers to be just a little bit more. But this brand has magnetic bands, at least in this palette, so you can kind of, you know, change it up a bit. I don't know, I'm not a fan of neutrals, so. And I'm kind of surprised that they're releasing it now, because I feel like these warm neutrals are usually released during autumn, so it's kind of unusual to see it in the middle of summer. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Then Viard has two new palettes, I guess. They're cool color stories, and it's the Meet Petite Cool Matte Original and Petite Matte Cool. I've never tried Viard. I don't know. I know so many people who like swear that Viard is the best brand and they have the most amazing shadows, but I don't vibe with their, like, they have kind of cool color stories. Some of them are really pretty, like the ones that are more colorful, but I don't really like the way that the palettes are built. I don't really like the design of the palettes, and I feel like they only do matte shades. Like, even palettes that I've seen from them that supposedly have like shimmers and metallics, they look satin at best. Like, it just, I don't know. And there's always so many neutrals and I don't want neutrals. So these both palettes are kind of like, one of them is blue with browns and the other is like pink with purpley browns. And I don't want either of these color stories. I just wish it was more, I don't know, more fun, more colorful. And also, all of their palettes, except one that I think was like really neon-y, colorful rainbow, all of their palettes kind of look ashy or like desaturated, not vibrant. I don't want to spend that much money on something that just looks eh. So these are gonna be $40 each. Yeah. If you like, I know that a lot of people like them because they have, I don't know if they have magnetic palettes, but I know you can take the shadows out. And I know a lot of makeup artists really like this brand. I don't. I've never seen them in real life. Maybe they're really beautiful in real life, but I have never seen a picture of them that I would be like, okay, this could be cute. Let alone like let alone ever thinking, wow, this is really pretty. No, it's like okay at the best of times. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people who like it also has been like fans for a really long time and are just really loyal to that brand. I see that a lot with like, I don't know, Natasha Denona and all these more older brands, I guess. But why? If it's not on par with other newer brands, like why even bother? So yeah, that was a little bit of a longer ramble, but yeah. Then what else? I was kind of interested in a new fragrance, and it's the Perry Corner perfumes. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but they have the Ophidian, what is it called? The Black Cherry from the Ophidian collection, I don't know, fragrance. It has snake on it. And that's pretty much the only thing that like really made me interested in that. But yeah, it's the Ophidian Black Cherry. And they say that it's certainly not for the faint-hearted. The scent is profound and robust, suited for people with unwavering will and impeccable worth like yourself. When tart intent intertwines with deep woody undertones, the resistance is non-existent between you and the world. I don't really know what all is in this fragrance, but it said wood, and I love woody fragrances, especially for like autumn and winter. I won't be able to try it anywhere. Like, I don't think I can get a tester anywhere for this, but I would really, really want to try this. It looks beautiful, and I don't know, there's just something about this that really intrigues me. So yeah, I usually don't mention fragrances, but this one kind of caught my eye. Also, Urban Decay is bringing back the original Naked palette. I've never owned this one, wouldn't buy this one today. It looks very basic and very, I don't know, boring to me. But if you really wanted this one and you never got this, it's gonna be at Ulta, and yeah, it's for $59, and it's gonna be online and in store on August the 4th. So yeah. Then Beauty Creations is releasing My Little Pony collection, which looks adorable. You have the Lost in the Clouds multi-use face and eye palette for $15. That one actually looks kind of cute. Like, it doesn't really have that many shades in it. You have a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter, and then you have like bluey, purpley color story of eyeshadows with a little bit of green, with a little bit of brown, and some really nice inner corner highlight. Then you have a plumping gloss sticks for $7, and a Pony's Sake fun glitter liner for $5. Then you have main event blush and highlight stick set for $14. Then Pony Dreams Mousse Lip Balm for $7. Made in the 80s Lip Oil for $6. Magic White Me Loose Shimmer Set for $12 a piece, which are like loose shimmers. And Better Together body lotion for $8. Full of Magic $6 body and face gel glitter in 3 shades. And then Rainbow Magic 6-piece eye brush set for $12. Dreaming of Rainbows blender cup for $12. Sky's the Limit handle mirror for $22. And then the PR box with everything is $75. It's available now. I've never tried anything from Beauty Creations, but I know I've had a couple of their products added in my Beauty Bay wishlist. I don't know if this is gonna be on Beauty Bay, but I would maybe try the palette because I did watch My Little Pony as a kid, and I did quite like them. And the palette is small and kind of cute, and you can also use it as a face palette. So I might try the palette. If I'm gonna get anything from this collection, it's gonna be the palette. I know that they're not super expensive. How much was the palette? $15, so it's not anything crazy. The packaging is cute, and there are a couple of shades that are really pretty, so I could use it and be happy with it. So yeah, My Little Pony, very adorable. Then Cherry makeup. I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce it. I know that they've been really popular lately. They're releasing a new eyeshadow palette. How quick they are releasing, because I swear I haven't heard about them a couple of months ago, and now I already seen like I don't know how many palettes from them. So I'm just kind of confused about this brand. Maybe it's just that I haven't heard about them sooner, but yeah, this palette is kind of interesting. It has like pinks with mauves with some like corally shades with this like really grungy yellowy green, and the shimmers look pretty cute. They look very iridescent. I'm not getting this one. I definitely had some of their palettes. I definitely looked at some of their palettes and thought that they're really cool and that I would like to try them, but it's a new brand. I want to see more reactions and reviews from them, and also I wish they had better packaging. Like I like the color stories, but I also like when the packaging itself is kind of more interesting, and they have very basic packaging. Then there's new collection from Bobbi Brown, and they're collaborating with PacMan. I don't understand this collaboration. I don't see PacMan in this release, honestly. The palette is just like brown with two pops of blue shades. I don't see any other color, which, you know, PacMan was kind of colorful and kind of like neon, at least the PacMan that I know. And yeah, you have some like highlighters, powders, lip gloss, moisturizing cream. I don't understand this. It's supposed to be... The sales of this collection will start at the end of August in Asia and a little later in Europe and the United States. I feel like Bobbi Brown is a brand for a little bit more mature and more like sophisticated people. And I don't understand why would they be collaborating with PacMan. You know? Like I would assume that they would be collaborating with like some luxury fragrance or like luxury fashion brand or something like that would make sense with the audience that I think they have. I don't imagine like, I don't know, 20-year-olds or even like 30-year-olds or maybe later 30-year-olds who like swear and love Bobbi Brown and would be interested in a PacMan collaboration from them. And also, if you like PacMan, what about This Is PacMan? I, I, I don't get these collaborations. It's also like when Charlotte Tilbury is collaborating with something, it's just like, why? What were you thinking, honestly? Then we have another palette, and this is the Blair Della Moi Cosmetics. I have no clue what this is supposed to be pronounced as. I don't even know if the end is like MUA or I don't know. But they have the Hunter and the Breach eyeshadow palette and like burst pigment palette. It's supposed to launch on August 2nd, and it's gonna be 45 Canadian dollars or about 32 US dollars. It has 8 matte shadows, 3 shimmers, and 1 duochrome. Again, it's neutrally autumny color story. It has some neutrally shades with a pop of like olive, with like a pop of olive and like a little bit of orange and a bit of like muted red and a little bit of like turquoisey green, but it's still pretty neutral. I've never heard about this brand. This kind of reminds me one of the Artitude palette, like the, what was it called? Like it was autumny color story, but this one is just a little bit smaller. I feel like it's too neutral for me to like it. I do like the, is it like mesh print? Like the army clothing print. I'm not getting that. Moira is having a new palette, and that's the Pretty Little Thoughts palette, which is like neutrals with a couple purples. This kind of reminds me, what does it remind me? It looks like Colourpop release, you know, like all sorts of different browns with like one pop of the color that the packaging is in. I don't know, Blooming collection. What about this is Blooming? There's like one turquoisey shade and one purple, and then maybe one like blue iridescent shimmer. I don't know what this is Blooming. Like this looks like Frosted Lake with the wood in it. I just don't know. It's for $16. I wanted to buy something from Moira a while ago, like maybe 2 months ago, because I know that they had like a citrus palette and like a orange palette and a couple of really cool liquid eyeshadows and blushes and highlighters that I really wanted to get. But Moira doesn't ship to Czech Republic, and there isn't a retailer here in Czech Republic that sells Moira. So I can't get it. And I know that there's ways you can get around it with like some PO boxes and stuff. I don't know how that works. I don't know how to use that. And I don't want to go through that trouble. Honestly, if I had like a friend who lives in like Poland or Germany, because I think they ship to those two countries, that they could like send it back to me, maybe. But I'm not gonna, yeah, no. And I'm not interested in this, so nope. Then, Teron Cosmetics also is releasing Once Upon a Time eyeshadow palette. This one looks gorgeous. I need that one. It's, oh my god, the packaging is literal fantasy. It's launching on the 31st at 7 p.m. And I don't know how much this is. I actually can't find that information. But it's so pretty. It has so many shimmers and like multichromes, duochromes. It's gonna be £29 or 37 US dollars. I don't know if Teron Cosmetics is on Monolith, but if they are, I need this. I think it has more shimmers than mattes, and they're wonderful. They have like pinks, purples, blues, yellows, greens. It is just such a magical color story. Yeah, I really want this one. I have it in my wish list. I have it saved in my phone, and at some point I need to get this because this is just definitely like the most magical packaging that I've seen. Then Bella Beauty Bar is releasing the Molten Chromes, a 6-pan magnetic palette with 5 multichrome shimmers and 1 holochrome shimmer. And then, which is like a companion to the Melted Mattes palette, which is all matte eyeshadows. And it's launching on August 2nd. There's gonna be the Melted Mattes palette, a Baked Blush palette, and this all shimmer palette. I am kind of interested in the all shimmer palette. It looks cool. I think it's coming to Monolith as well with this launch. I'm not getting the big matte palette because it has too many neutral shades. Like I pretty much only like half of the palette that has the orangey, yellowy, pinky color story, but the neutrals I don't care for. But the multichrome palette is very pretty, and I like that it's small. But I know I'm gonna be buying the All I Ever Wanted All Shimmer palette from Unearthly this launch. this monolith launch. So if this is gonna be in the same launch, I'm not gonna buy two all shimmer multi-chrome palettes. But in the future, I definitely would like to try that because I haven't tried Bella Beauty Bar yet, and I really want to. Then what else? There is a fragrance release from Sabrina Carpenter, and it's the Sweet Tooth Cherry Baby. I've never had a cherry fragrance, so I'm kind of interested in that, but I would need to... since I've never had a fragrance like this, I don't know if I would be a fan of this. But why I'm talking about this is because of another release, and that's the Too Faced Appley in Love eyeshadow palette. I've had one palette from Too Faced, and it was the, what was it called? Love and Lust palette. It was like a bigger kind of golden palette with butterflies and, you know, little birds and flowers on top of it. And it was really beautiful color story. It had a lot of neutrals, but it also had a couple of greens, blues, purples, pinks. I think those were all the colors in there, and I really like that one. It was like one of the first palettes that weren't Essence or Catrice that I've owned, and this palette kind of made me fall in love with purples and blues, with purples and greens and pinks. I loved the green shimmer in there. Like that really made me buy the Hella palette by Udensai, because I was like, I love this green and I really want a green eyeshadow. And I really want a green eyeshadow palette. This thing, it looks like at least 11 of their previous palettes, and I don't see apples in this palette. Like, I don't see one shade that reminds me of apples. Because they have red apples on the packaging, and I don't see red in the palette. Like, there's one shimmer that's kind of reddish, but it looks like rusty reddish. And then you have like maybe one goldy orangey shimmer, one kind of orangey matte. And then you have pinks, browns, and two kind of minty shades. What about this color story is apple. Like, you don't have the typical like green apple shades, you don't have any of the red apple shades, you don't even have like a yellow that is usually, like, you know, when you buy, sometimes you have like kind of yellow apples, right? Like the more common apples, or I don't know, like the ones that you find on fields, that are yellow. None of these colors are in this palette. I don't see one apple shade here. Like, maybe Czech apples are just different from, I don't know, US apples, maybe, but I don't know. This looks like, I don't know, cherry and mint palette, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I can't think of one fruit that would work with this color story. I really don't know. I have no clue what this is. But yeah, it's is it already out? Yes, it's available on Ulta, at Ulta, I'm sorry, and it's for $54. Like, I'm glad that it's not all brown shades. But you could have picked another shades to fit the theme, or you should have picked different theme to fit the shades. I'm really critical today, I don't know why. Then, what I was kind of interested in is the Sigma Skin Perfector Hydrating Tint. I don't wear BB creams, foundations, tints on my face, but I really want to find something that I would be okay putting on every day, or like, you know, a couple times a week. Something that would be super quick, super easy to use. I wouldn't feel it at all, it wouldn't crease at all, it would just look like skin and I would have no problems and I wouldn't know about it for the whole day. And I always hope that I'm gonna find something like this. I've heard a couple of people say that the Fenty skin tint is kind of like that, and also the Rare Beauty skin tint. I do want to try those at some point, but I kind of want to know what the Sigma one would be like, because they have a couple of really nice shades. I think now they only have 5 shades, and I don't know if I would be able to pick a shade from this. I know that it's thin, so it's like very soft, but the second shade, the light beige one, looks too cool toned, but then the medium golden tint, I don't know if it's not too dark for me, because like it has the golden undertone, so, and I have kind of like, I don't know, I can wear golden undertones. I usually like to go for more like a warm olive undertones, because I just feel like it works better with like my hair, natural hair color and eyes and everything. Like it just kind of works. But this looks really dark. Like I'm pretty pale, so I don't know. But then the first shade is like white, and yeah, the second shade is very pinky beige, cool toned. So I don't know if I would be able to actually wear any of these shades. And I kind of hope that they're gonna do more shades than this, but this is gonna be for $39. It's already available, and it's supposed to be ultra smooth formula that provides hydrating boost of moisturizer and the lightweight buildable coverage of a liquid foundation, allowing you to customize your look from sheer to medium coverage. It has nourishing ingredients like hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, plant-derived squalane, and niacinamide, and it provides a dewy, natural-looking finish. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for a skin tint that is super easy to use, very lightweight, you don't feel it on your skin at all, it doesn't crease at all, you don't need to set it with powder or use any like special primers underneath. Like I do use primer, but I don't want to use like a, I don't know, $100 special primer for that. Something that wouldn't crease all day, that wouldn't like get sticky throughout the day, and that is okay to use for a like combo skin type. I'm not particularly dry or particularly oily, but I do have some oiliness in my face, and I do deal with acne from time to time, or like blemishes from time to time. So if you know a skin tint for that, let me know down below. I think I like to try the Rare Beauty one, if I'm gonna find the right shade for me. But I was also thinking about the like lightweight, I think it's foundation from Fenty Beauty, right? Like it's kind of like that lightweight thing, or maybe it's called skin tint, I'm not sure. But yeah, I would like to try that. I just, yeah, I don't want to bother with it. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Foundation is definitely not the step in my routine that I enjoy to spend time on. And I just want it to look like skin. So, yeah. Then, kind of last thing that I was really interested in is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain 10 Hour Liquid Lipstick. I think I've mentioned in all of my previous makeup releases that I don't like to go to Sephora. I don't really like the employees there, and it's just kind of not a comfortable environment for me. But these liquid lipsticks look kind of cool, and it's kind of like cream satin formula. I've heard, I don't know if these are just like new shades or if it's a new collection entirely, but I know a lot of people recommended some of their lipsticks, especially like I asked a couple times that I really want a colorful lipsticks on my that I really want to buy colorful lipsticks, like not the normal colors, but you know, something like blue, purple, yellow, you know, like, well, I don't know if there's yellow lipstick and if I would want to wear that, but you know, fun colors. And I don't know many brands who would do that, and a lot of them are indie and kind of hard to find. And I know somebody recommended the Sephora lipsticks. So I was looking at them, and from the new release, there's orange one that really, like, really speaks to me. Then there's like a deep turquoise kind of color. Then there's a blue that's definitely interesting for me. And I don't know, there are a couple other shades. I definitely want some of these like really fun colorful shades. And also I saw like a brown, like really cute brown shades, kind of like teddy bear brown shade, that I would like to try from this collection as well. They're supposed to be transfer proof, full coverage, last all day, satin feeling, weightless. I am definitely sold on that, so I guess I'm gonna have to like overcome my fear of Sephora and look at these. In store it's gonna be, it's supposed to come out soon, but I think it already did come out, because they're mentioning the 22nd of July, and they're supposed to be $16 each. I don't know how long it's gonna take for it to get to check Sephora, because that is usually also a little bit of an issue. But yeah, I think I'm gonna check them out, and while I'll be there, I will check out the Rare Beauty and Fenty skin tints, or like, you know, the BB creams or whatever they're called. And I don't know if there's anything else that I really wanted from Sephora, but yeah, I always have to like prepare myself. But I think that's everything from new releases. I know that Teron Cosmetics also is bringing back the Midnight Moth palette. I know that I've received an email saying like that they're setting up another pre-order, but when I got to the page today, it already says out of stock. So I really want this palette. I just really wish to have this palette, but they brought it back, and before I even got my paycheck, it was already like, it already says out of stock. So yeah, I really hope I'm gonna be able to get this one. It looks just so beautiful. I don't understand why everything is out of stock immediately from this, for this brand. Like, you know, you can't expect people to immediately have like $60 to spare. Yeah, I think we're gonna end on this note. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if there are any of these releases that you would that you are interested in buying. That's it for today. Definitely let me know what you thought about these releases. Let me know if you would like me to film a like kind of chatty get ready with me, talking about my vacation in Poland and like how it went. I've tried to post some pictures and videos on my stories throughout the week, but if you want to like chatty get ready with me, maybe with like showing you a couple of the images and telling you what we saw, what was my experience in Gdynia, definitely let me know and I can film that. Yeah, if I'm gonna get some kind of comments underneath this or likes on this video, I will film it either on Wednesday or Thursday to just kind of let you know how it went. And yeah, but we're definitely gonna have a shop my stash on Thursday, so we'll see how it's gonna go with the releasing of these videos and uploading of these videos. But I can definitely film that video if you're interested in that. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you've enjoyed last week as much as I did, and I hope you're healthy. We'll see if I'll get better soon, and I hope you're enjoying the summer. So bye.